Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Nitai Gauranga ki jai, Sri Lakshmi Narasimhadev Anantadev ki jai, Sri Srinivasa Govinda ki jai, Sri Krishna Balaram ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 2, text 59. Please repeat. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha rasavarjam rasopiyasya param drishtva nivartate. Please repeat the word-to-word translations. Vishayaha, objects for sense enjoyment. Vinivartante, are practiced to be refrained from. Niraharasya, by negative restrictions. Dehinaha, for the embodied. Rasavarjam, giving up the taste. Rasaha, sense of enjoyment. Api, although there is. Asya, his. Param, far superior things. Drishtva, by experiencing. Nivartate, ceases from. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, though the taste for sense objects remains. But ceasing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. Please repeat. The embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, though the taste for sense objects remains. But ceasing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. Purport. Unless one is transcendentally situated, it is not possible to cease from sense enjoyment. The process of restriction from sense enjoyment by rules and regulations is something like restricting a diseased person from certain type of eatables. The patient, however, neither likes such restrictions nor loses his taste for eatables. Similarly, sense restriction by some spiritual process like Ashtanga Yoga in the matter of yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, etc. is recommended for less intelligent persons who have no better knowledge. But one who has tasted the beauty of the Supreme Lord Krishna in the course of his advancement in Krishna consciousness no longer has a taste for dead material things. Therefore, restrictions are there for the less intelligent neophytes in the spiritual advancement of life. But such restrictions are only good if one actually has a taste for Krishna consciousness. When one is actually Krishna conscious, he automatically loses his taste for pale things. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. So here Krishna explains a very important principle in Bhagavad Gita, one of the most important principles, very powerful principle, which is if you have to give up a lower taste, or if you have to give up something which is not good, either your addictions or bad habits, bad food, anything which is bad, if you have to give up, you cannot give it up by restriction. Say you have a bad habit and you want to restrain, I will not do that. Bhagavad Gita says it's not a smart approach. What is a better approach? You have to replace it with alternate good habit or good engagement, which is called param drishtva. Param means what? Superior. Aparam means inferior. You have to overcome your inferior habits or inferior engagement with a superior engagement. Now, what is being called as inferior here? Vishaya. Vishaya means sense engagement. Objects for sense enjoyment. You know what is Visha? What is Visha? Poison. So Bhagavad Gita is calling objects for sense enjoyment as poison. Or, what are these objects for sense enjoyment? For the eyes, what is the Vishaya? What is the object for eyes? It's the form. Right? The object of eyes is the form. For the skin, what is the object of sense? Touch. For the tongue, it is taste. For the ears, it is sound. So like that, for the nose, it is smell. So all these things are said to be problematic. Then one may ask, why are we given these things? Eyes are given so that we can see the form. The ears are given so we can hear the sound. So all our senses are given to engage in sense objects. Otherwise we cannot live, isn't it? Do you know how they catch these elephants in the forest? Anyone? So, they lure this male elephant with a female elephant. So the female elephant will be going in front, and this male elephant is so much enamored to unite with that female elephant. It seems for the elephant, the sense of touch, the sense of skin, touch with the skin, is very strong. It cannot stop itself. So it keeps on chasing, and they put a ditch, and the elephant falls in the ditch and then is caught. This moth, this insect moth, it's enamored by fire. It dashes into fire. It's something that it cannot stop itself from entering because it is so attractive. The light is so attractive for the moth. So as a result, what happens? The moth dies. For this honey bee, the smell is very, very attractive. It cannot stop itself. So it goes into this lotus flower and it stays inside, enjoying the smell. And in the evening, when the sun sets, this lotus is closed. But the bee is so powerful that it can even drill a hole into a piece of wood. It can come out if he wants. But it doesn't come out because it is still trapped by that smell. Eternally, people are going for fishing. Eternally, they are using the bait. Eternally, they are catching the fish. The fish is seeing the neighbor fish is getting caught by the bait, but it still cannot stop from going for the bait. Why? Because the sense of tongue is so strong, it cannot stop itself from controlling. So like that you see from the examples of these creatures, the senses, strong senses doesn't mean, engagement in senses doesn't mean happiness. Engagement in senses, if you overuse it without understanding the purpose, it will land you in problem. So people, like you're all coming to the temple. But many people outside, they say, I like going to party than going to temple. I like sitting in the sofa and watching TV or movie than sitting and hearing the class. I like going to a restaurant and eating nice food than eating sattvic prasadam, simple prasadam. So what do we tell? I'll give a small example. Say your child, your own child. Lunchtime, he's eating candies. He's eating only chips. He's only eating packets and packets of snacks. So what does the mother do? Will she let him eat that? Why? Because it's not healthy. It's not good for him. If he says, I know what is good for me, will the mother agree to it? If the child, the Monday comes, morning, he says, no, I want to sit and watch TV all the time. I don't want to go to school, so boring and they make me do lot of hard work. I just want to do this. Will the mother or father heed to the child's wish? Why? Because that is bad for the child. Too much enjoyment is bad for the child. Wrong eating is bad for the child. We need to develop healthy eating. So likewise, we control our children. Our senses are like our children also. The senses want to do whatever they want. Why we are not able to control? Simple question. We are able to control our children because we know what is good for the children. Wrong eating, wrong habits, watching, overwatching, over usage of smartphones. We are able to control our children. Same thing the senses are doing to us. Why are we not able to control? So sometimes people say, no, I do it very regulatedly. Only when I come back from office, 1 hour or one peg, I'm in control. I'm not like a child. I know what to do. I know I do in regulation. So Srila Prabhupada used to tell a story of one prostitute. She's a very famous prostitute. And she would charge a lot of money. And so there was this family, middle class family, this man, he was a leper, meaning he has this leprosy. Very weak, very chaste and faithful wife. And so she's carrying him wherever, because he doesn't have strength. She's carrying him. She is doing all the hard work, but taking care of him very nicely. But he's always morose. And she asks him, why are you morose? I'm taking care of you. You are not able to do anything. You are not healthy. You are not able to do anything. Serving you very faithfully. Why are you still morose? And he expresses his desire. No, I want to enjoy with her, this prostitute. So this wife, being very chaste and faithful, she goes out of her way and earns whatever is required and spends the money, sends him to the prostitute. So this prostitute, she calls him for dinner. When he goes, she arranges all the things. And then she starts with the soup. And now she gives 2 bowls of soup. And then the salad, 2 bowls of salad. The main course, 2 bowls. Everything coming in 2 bowls. He's like confused what to eat. Which bowl should I take? She says, this is a golden bowl. This is an iron bowl. I'm giving you the soup. What do you like? He says, is the soup same? She says, yes, it's the same. Are you foolish or what? Why do you spend so much money in a golden bowl? You could have as well given in a regular bowl, even a porcelain bowl. How does it matter? And then she gives him a lesson. So the taste of the soup is the same whether you have it in a golden bowl or an iron bowl or a porcelain bowl. So the sense gratificatory taste is the same whether you have it with your wife or somebody else, whether you have it in the heavenly planets in the body of a devata or in the body of a dog or a hog. The happiness you get from eating, sleeping, mating is the same. The dog is enjoying in an uncivilized way and a man is enjoying in a civilized way, but the taste is the same. In fact, animals enjoy the senses much more comfortably, smartly, strongly than a human being. With all the advancement, a human is now struggling to eat whatever he wants, struggling to sleep also, isn't it? We are now struggling to even sleep with our so-called advancement. The animals are happily eating, sleeping, mating, defending. So she gives that lesson and then he realizes. So this is our situation. By becoming addicted to sense gratification, we are forgetting that sense gratification is available sukham aindriyakam daitya deha yogena dehinam. This aindriya sukham means the sukham coming from senses is available sarvatra labhyate daivad yada dukkham ayatnataha. In every species, in every body in this material world, this is available. It doesn't matter animal body, human body, higher beings. But foolishly we are trying to hanker for that. The same thing, it's called chewing the chewed. There is nothing new. Same thing again and again we are aspiring. There was one preacher who went to preach the message of God. So there was this man who was drinking. And this preacher said, hey, what are you getting into this drinking habit? It's bad for you. You'll go to hell. And this man didn't know what is hell. Oh, there will be a lot of punishment. You will suffer and all this kind of things. Oh, my father also drinks. Oh, then he'll also go to hell. My brother also drinks. he will also go to hell. My sister also drinks, she will also go to hell. Oh, if everyone goes to hell, then that is not hell anymore, that is heaven. We will enjoy there also drinking. So, like that, people, as long as they get sense gratification, it doesn't matter whether it is hell or not. They consider it as heaven. So, as I said, the parent knows what is good for the child. The child says, no, I know what is good. You'll give one slap, isn't it? I don't want to go to sleep. I know what to eat. So Krishna is trying to give us a slap as a parent. He says in Bhagavad Gita 5.22, Yehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkha yonaya evate adi antavantah kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. This samsparshaja bhoga, the happiness that comes from samsparsha or sense gratification, even though it may mask like a happiness, it is dukkha yonaya evate. It is going to result in misery. Adi antavantaha, it has beginning and it has end. Nateshu ramate buddha, a wise man does not delight in such kind of happiness. It's natural. Sense gratification leads to distress. Like we all have seen this example when you go to India. One small vehicle, 20 people will be there. Or they'll overload all these bags, it will be coming out from all the directions. So they try to overload. How long will the vehicle function? It is going to break. So sense gratification is eventually bad. So for example, you are trying to eat food. So how do you eat food? By putting salt. Without salt, you will not even touch it. Because salt is the one giving taste for the food. Now just because salt is the one giving taste to the food, what if you start adding more and more salt? To an extent, it tastes okay, fine. Oh, more salt, more nice. It's titillating for the tongue. The more you put, what will happen? It will lose the taste and it is bad for your health. So likewise, more sense gratification is bad. Eventually, you will become an animal. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tam evaiti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavitaha. So if you are unrestrictedly eating whatever you want, if you are in that kind of mindset, in the next body, Krishna says, if you want to eat unlimitedly, get the body of a hog. You can eat even stool. You can mate with anyone. Strong senses. Or a dog. But unfortunately, people, they are saying, okay, what is wrong to be a dog? Prabhupada was giving a lecture. He was talking about how dangerous it is. By sense gratification, you can become a dog or hog. One man says up and says, Swamiji, what is wrong in becoming a dog? In fact, just last year, I read a news. In Japan, there was one man, unidentified, human being of course. He spent close to $20,000. You can find it online. He has transformed himself into a dog, meaning he has made a dog's, structure with some kind of a cloth or some material which exactly resembles like dog. And he is now entered into this thing and he is crawling and he is acting like dog. People are coming and petting him. taking him along. So he's living like a dog. He wants to be a dog. So this is the unfortunate reality. We are unable to understand what our senses are going to be useful for. What is the higher purpose? So if we engage in our sense gratification unrestrictedly, dukkha yonaye evate. So what is the alternate? Krishna is saying, cultivate alternate engagement. Instead of sense gratification, use the senses for a higher purpose. This is the trick of higher taste. I was reading one news, very interesting news. One village, most of the village became drunkards. They were addicted to drinking. And it was obviously causing a lot of problem in their families. And they had a turnaround. The whole village had a turnaround. Most of them stopped drinking. And I was curious how they did it. And what they did was, they installed these chess tables throughout the village. And they started to taught these people the chess. And they made them addicted to chess, slowly. And now, instead of drinking, they are now engaged in playing chess throughout in the competitions, this scores, this. They are like so enamored with chess that they forgot drinking habit. They took out these drinking things, made them difficult. But they are so amused with the chess. So by another engagement, you can conquer the lower engagement. Or I saw one video where this subway, where the people go for the trains. So there are steps and there are escalators. So this the very heavy traffic junction. So the escalators are getting clobbered. And nobody was walking on the steps. You know what this city does? Did you see that? Anybody saw what they did? So they installed this piano steps, like a keyboard. You know, when you enter one step, it make one sound, like you play the keyboard, right? The piano. So you can walk in such a way that it can produce sa re ga ma, like that. You can walk in such a way that it is producing nice music. So people, to get that music out of it, they started to walk on those steps. So to encourage people from another engagement so that they can forget this engagement. So that is the trick. Bhagavad Gita says, cultivate spiritual engagement so that you can overcome this sense gratificatory engagement. But then people, there is this lethargy, isn't it? From being a couch potato to dragging them to come to temple. It's very difficult. I like to sit and happily watch TV or sip a cup of coffee, read newspaper. Same thing, chewing the chewed, but initially it takes an effort to come. So we need to understand the Shastric principle that what is bitter in the beginning actually is good in the end. Like for a person having jaundice, the Shastras give this example. Say if you have jaundice, you know what is the cure for jaundice? Anybody had jaundice? Even I didn't know that cure until I read. Anybody? What is the cure for jaundice? Huh? Sugar cane. Exposure to sunlight. All these things are there. Especially, it seems, I read, somebody said sugar cane juice. Jaggery. Jaggery, it seems, is a cure for jaundice. Anybody ate jaggery during their jaundice time? No? Or whoever said sugar cane juice, did they have sugar cane juice? How does it taste when you have jaundice? No, when you have jaundice. Okay. bitter. When you actually have jaundice, if you taste sugarcane juice or anything sweet, particularly jaggery, it will taste bitter like anything. Is it because the jaggery is bitter? Why? Why is it bitter? It's because my tongue is afflicted with jaundice. The pure taste, nectarian taste of the sweet taste of jaggery, I taste bitter because of my afflicted tongue. But here is an interesting thing. By continuing to taste the jaggery, which is bitter, it will eventually cure our jaundice. And after it cures our jaundice, how does it taste? Sweet. The taste did not change. The jaggery remained sweet. But what changed? My tongue changed. So likewise, the Krishna consciousness, when you cultivate, initially it may seem like poison. Oh, I have to wake up early and chant. I have to offer prasadam and eat. I have to follow these 4 regulative principles. I have to visit the temple. These processes may seem like medicine, bitter. But in the end, it turns out to be nectar. So we need to push ourselves. If we have to overcome this lower habit, if we have to utilize the human senses properly, we need to cultivate these good habits. In fact, if you get the taste for Krishna consciousness, the chanting of the holy name, it is said, it's a beautiful verse composed by one Acharya, Rupa Goswami. He says, Smeram bhangi traya parichitam sachi vistirna drishtim vamshi nyasta dhara kichalayam ujvalam chandrakena govindakhyam haritanumita keshi tirthopakanthe ma prekshishthas tava yedi sakhe bandhu sange stirangaha. So Rupa Goswami says, bandhu sanga asti ranga. If you have ranga, attachment to your bandhu, family, friends, children, relatives, society, sense gratification, if you have attachment and want to enjoy only these things, ma prekshishtaha, don't come and look at the form of Krishna, who is having this beautiful smeram bhangi traya parichitam, threefold bending form of Krishna, playing his flute, standing beautifully on the shores of Keshi Ghat and attracting the minds of the gopis. And if you go and see Krishna in this way, in his most enchanting form, you will forget all your taste for material things. So don't ever go there if you have any attraction and want to remain on the material platform. So how nicely he is composing. That means if you get the taste for Krishna consciousness, that is the higher taste, you can give up all the lower taste. If you get the taste for chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, you can give up any other lower taste. And Rupa Goswami is saying, I don't know how much nectar these 2 syllables Krishna has produced when I chant, that I feel like 2 ear holes are not enough. I want to possess millions of ear holes. 1 tongue is not enough. I want to possess millions of tongues. So much nectar is there. Whether it is chanting the holy name of Krishna, hearing about Krishna, discussing about Krishna Katha, seeing the beautiful deity of Krishna, all these things are nectarian, but our jaundiced tongue cannot taste those. But we need to taste the medicine. continuing to taste the medicine, then our afflicted tongue can taste it. Then how is it possible? How can we continue to take that medicine? You know, people who are drunkards, they can tell you how they get into this habit of drinking. For example, beer. I heard when you're first given this beer, it tastes bitter, or it tastes very weird, and like drinking, some friend told me, it's like shikakai shampoo, they say, right? You're laughing means you are familiar with that taste. It tastes like that. It's very bitter and pungent and very uncomfortable taste. And you'll puke it immediately. But still, people, to get that association, hey, I want to belong to this circle. What, these people are tasting something nice. I want to belong. I don't want to be seen as something different. And they make the habit of drinking beer. And eventually what will happen? They become drunkards, addicted. So Prabhupada was asked once, how do you become Krishna conscious? And then he asked a question in return. How do you become a best drunkard? By associating with other drunkards. So how do you become Krishna conscious? By associating with those who are Krishna conscious. Slowly, you start to chant, you start to attend classes, you start to read Bhagavad Gita. It's a different plane of happiness. Not the illusory, sense gratificatory, licking the outside of bottle of honey kind of happiness. So if I were to give you a honey, hey, here is the bottle of honey, taste it. But the bottle is sealed. How much ever you are trying, you know, these medicinal bottles, no, you have to press and open, otherwise it won't come. The kid, whatever is trying, it is not coming. So if I give you a bottle like that, and you're not able to open, and you are feeling satisfied by licking the outside of the bottle, is that actually tasting honey? This donkey is carrying loads and loads of weight. With the hope, the master of the donkey has dangled what? A carrot. It is thinking, I'll get the carrot, I'll catch it someday. It is carrying that load on and on, trying to catch that carrot one day. He'll never get it. So licking the bottle of honey, going after that carrot, these are all like illusory, sense gratificatory happiness. In illusion only we are enjoying. Like people go to Disneyland, of course I'm not saying don't go. You need not go also. For the kids we have to go. So I want to go there, I will enjoy there. Each ride you have to stay for 2 hours. The moment the ride comes, within 1 minute, it's done. You enjoy more in anticipating than actual ride. Oh, the moment you get on the ride, it's getting over. 2 minutes, it's done. In anticipation, you enjoy more than actual going to that place. Weekend. Anticipate. The moment weekend comes, oh, Sunday is coming, Sunday evening coming, tomorrow I have to. You go to holiday destination, you pay a lot of money. The kids are buying whatever they want. You are thinking about, my balance is going. Now I have to earn again. This holiday is getting to end. So this is the illusory sense gratificatory happiness. But out of illusion, we are thinking this is what it is. People, when I say, oh, it's quite natural, getting diseased, getting distress. Unless there is distress, how can you enjoy happiness? That's what they say. Unless there is distress, how can you enjoy happiness? That means Maya has conditioned them so much that this is normal. Getting, dying, deceased, old age, birth again, this is normal. But Krishna is saying, no, that is normal, not normal, that is abnormal, because we don't know what is higher happiness. We are taking that to be lower happiness, to be higher happiness. But try out, associate with devotees, get the taste for chanting holy name, get the taste for Krishna consciousness. If you get that higher taste, you will easily overcome that lower taste. You don't have to become an animal in the next life. We'll stop here. Anyone has any questions or comments? So now we'll be chanting the holy names of Krishna, one mala. Anyone coming for the first time? So we can explain a little bit about this chanting, Hare Krishna. So I'm sure all of you are familiar with the chanting. Can I get one beads, please? So in case you have not raised your hand and you're for the first time here, this has 108 beads. As I was saying, we have to cultivate higher taste to overcome this taste of lower sense gratification. And one of the important things we do for cultivating higher taste is by chanting the holy name of Krishna, because Krishna is Satchidananda, always full of bliss. When we taste or when we chant the holy name, we also get that Satchidananda, because we are associating Krishna directly. Krishna is non-different from his holy name. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinnatvat Nama Namino. Abhinnatva means there is no bhinnatvam between Krishna, his deity, his holy name. In Kali Yuga, the holy name of God is non-different from God. So when we chant Krishna's name, we are directly associating in person Krishna. But we have to carefully chant with a mood of surrender. Completely hear, chant nicely, pronounce each and every syllable distinctly, and hear very carefully, attentively. Krishna enters through our ears. The more you associate, the more happiness you get. So we chant outside, not within the mind. Pronounce the names, hear the names, and chant synchronously together. And try to hear the name. You don't have to do anything extraordinary. Just focus on hearing what you're chanting. So before that, we take the blessings of Guru Gauranga. Please repeat after me. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So let's chant together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.